Natasha Fisher, thank you so much for speaking with us, and happy to have you on the show again since last February. Can you explain why you wanted to pursue a career in music?
Yeah, I guess music was one of the only things that I really truly connected with. I was always shy about talking about my feelings and some of the things that I was going through, and music just gave me another tool to deal with my emotions and to talk about things that were going on in my life, but in an indirect way. So I really connected, and it was in a way that I made friends and connected with others and connected with my community.
I like that answer, and I can definitely relate to that. Can you talk about who are some of the people who inspired you to take that leap of faith to do music?
Yeah, I was really lucky. I grew up in Thunder Bay, and I was really lucky to have amazing role models. I had a role model named Ron Knitsky who took me on the road as a youth to go and perform and sing at communities in Northern Ontario. And then I also had a mentor named Robin Ranger, and he taught me everything about performance. He was a jazz musician, and he taught me ear training. We would play with a stand-up bass and go around Thunder Bay and play all these shows. So I was really lucky to have some good Indigenous mentors growing up that were doing it and living it, and I got to learn through them.
Some first-hand real life experience, eh?
Yeah.
And briefly, Natasha, what are some of the topics that are close to your heart that you sing about?
Like I said, I'm not very good at talking about my feelings. I've been really emotionally guarded and shy throughout my life, and it's led me to really unhealthy coping mechanisms. I struggled with addiction, I struggled with my mental health, and through sobriety I've found that music has been a tool to be able to share my story as somebody who is sober and somebody who is living that Minnow-Bamatswin, that good life. So I've just been talking about mental health, addiction, and reclaiming who I am, and just reconnection in every way possible.
Definitely important topics there. And earlier in the year, Natasha, you got to open up for Aysanabee. What was that opportunity like for you?
Oh man, I was really nervous. I think that was one of the biggest shows that I'd ever done. It was at the Axis Club in Toronto, or the Mod Club, and it was a sold-out show. And I got out there, and all of these Aysanabee fans were in the audience, and it was a full packed house, and it was received really well. And I feel like that first show just started this chain event, and I got to open for Tia Wood after. I got to do a bunch of other shows in and around the GTA. So it just was a really good kickstart to my career, and I'm so grateful to Aysanabee and his team.
Shout out to Aysanabee. You also performed at the Runway of Resilience in Toronto, where you got to meet so many other talented Indigenous artists and actors over the weekend. How was that for you?
Oh, that was another one that I was so nervous for. It was a star-studded event. There was all of these people that I had seen on TikTok or social media or in movies. Adam Beach was there, half the cast of Res Dogs was there. So as a Indigenous fan who's a fan of Indigenous media, just even being in that room alone was overwhelming and inspiring. But then to be able to share my gift and be up there and talk about what I've been doing and share the songs that I've made, it was just, I don't know, I was overwhelmed. And I was really nervous at first, but once I stepped out there I realized it's all community. I saw some familiar faces, and yeah, we rocked it. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And finally, Natasha, what is your words of advice for other Indigenous artists who want to get into music but don't know how?
I don't know if anyone really knows the right way to do it either. I think just starting, creativity, it just starts from within. Use whatever resources you have. We have all of the resources we could need on our phones, in our pockets at this day and age. So just start creating, whether that be singing in your room and singing to YouTube videos, singing on social media. There's just so much opportunity just to share your gift with the world in the palm of our hands these days. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Art is messy. Art, I don't even know half the time how a song's gonna start. When I start it, it just comes out. So I think just acknowledging that creativity is a right for everyone, and we all should use it and share it with the world. It's a beautiful thing.
Natasha Fisher, we wish you all the best on your music journey, and thank you so much for being here.
Jimmy Wetch, thank you.